What's up, guys, and welcome to a very special video. My name is Mr. Freeze2244. We'll be covering all of the missions Silent Assassin suit only from Season 1 and Hitman 2, all on professional mode. So I will be talking through all of these missions and taking you through all my thought processes through them. And let's just see how we get on. So, starting off with Paris, I started off in the Iago auction. And I brought along the Krugermeyer, the electrocution phone. And we are actually going to drop the chandelier on Dahlia's head. So we're going to wait for her to take a few steps forward and then we shoot the top of the chandelier. That will take her out for an accident kill. Nice and easily done. Quick one. So now we can move on to Novikov, which is again another easy way of getting a Novikov is using the electrocution phone. So we are blessed with a new item that we unlocked from the bank with the electrocution phone, which is when someone picks it up and you ring it, they will answer the phone and they'll get electrocuted and it'll be an accident kill for you, depending on who's picking it up. We can actually run through this section here, which I noticed as well. Like, people will look at you and the suspicion bar will go up, but it won't peak to the point where they're fully suspicious and ruin your Silent Assassin rating, so it's safe to get through there. And we're going to throw a coin down here, and the reason why we're doing it is because we need to get Novikov to keep moving. He's going to be having a phone call conversation if you don't do that. I'm talking about Dahlia and her accident. So we're just going to wait for that to skip the conversation. Sometimes Novikov will tell his bodyguard to go and check, but either way, he's going to be moving. And we're going to place the phone on the floor, making sure no NPCs are around. And then he'll pick it up. As soon as you see the question mark above his head, you know that he's going to pick it up. So that's pretty much guaranteed there. So this took a few tries in positioning and the timing of it, but I got it down quite well in the end, and it's a very, very easy, quick Silent Assassin suit only for Paris. Of course, we are needing Mastery level 19 to start in the Iago auction. However, I thought it was the best strategy and quickest strategy of getting the Silent Assassin suit only. Of course, I'm not a speedrunner, but by my standards, that's pretty quick. So let's go and move on to Sapienza, which is, I'm going to show you a really cool new strategy that I've never done before, which I've learned recently how to do. We are going to bring along the electric key hacker, which is aka the Scrambler, and obviously the Krugermeyer. What do we else? We brought the EMP along with us as well, and then they're the only items we need for this. Really easy getting through this kitchen here. Just stay crouched and run through straight through. And we can take out this camera. We don't take out the cameras overall in the end. We just take out this one. We only need to take out that one camera there. Well, what we're essentially going to do is make both targets die at the same time by different kills, which is, I think it's quite fun. So we're going to throw an electrocution phone just there, and we're going to cause a distraction for Silvia Caruso to get in that area later on. And all we're going to do is just take out this observatory panel. And that's going to cause Caruso to go in there, and that's all going to basically take care of itself. So for Francesca, because we have time now, we are actually going to go for a virus kill. If you did not know, on this map you have a vial kind of thing, and you can throw it and it'll a lot of gas be spread everywhere in the vicinity. And as soon as she inhales that, she will die on the spot, and it will be like a poison kill, like an accident kill. And it only works with her because it's her DNA. That's what it's designed for. So if you did not know where that is, it's just in this little pirate ship here. Let's grab that. I just like the whole idea of setting that up so we can just move on to the virus while everything's happening. Because during these missions, I just did not like waiting around for anything. I wanted everything to be one smooth run, because I just don't like just standing around. It bothers me a little bit. It's just it kind of like triggers my OCD of just standing around. I just don't think the run is efficient if you're just standing around, even if sometimes it takes longer. As long as you're moving, it's more fluid like that way. So we threw the virus there to set that up, so that would dissipate a lot of gas everywhere, and that's going to take care of itself. With Caruso, we're just going to activate the electrocution phone now, because we just know that he's picked it up. We used instinct and we knew that he was bending down to pick it up. So that's Francesca taken down, and Caruso should be dying at the same time. There we go. So both of them. I love the little I love how they cut between the two then, and then they cut back to Caruso. I really like that. Next thing we're going to do is take out the virus, and if you didn't know, you can actually take out the virus with an EMP. And I just learned this recently. Again, we're just going to throw it just right next to that laptop over there. Usually you need a dongle for that, but as soon as we activate it, we can take out the virus just as easy as that. We're going to use the drop-down glitch, which is they still haven't fixed it today, which I'm glad they haven't because I still like it. It's a very efficient way of doing that. And then we can exit via the plane. So I know people are going to be asking how you do that, so what you got to do is aim, move forward, and click drop at the same time. So you need to do all those three things at the same time. It's very simple. Aim, move forward, and click the drop button. On PS4 it's circle, but whatever the drop down button is on your respective platform, that's how you do it. So that's a quick, easy silent assassin suit only for Sapienza as well, which I'm quite pleased about. Marrakesh, this particular run took a few tries to get right. We need to place this phone in a specific area, right next to these rocks, right in the middle, right next to that big rock on the right, and then we turn on this this little microphone there, or tannoy as we call it in the UK, and that's pretty much it. Zaydan is going to come down and confront those soldiers. He should see the phone on the floor, and that'll take care of itself later on. And we lock this door, and then we're going to wait for it to get past this guard. There's going to be a guard we need to get past, and we need to get there by the 51st second, so we've got a short time here to get there. We need to get this done quite quickly. Timing is quite tight for it to get past this guard, otherwise you'll have to wait. So there's a guard patrolling up and down here, but on the 51st second that's when he starts moving, and we can only get past him if we stay to his right, because he always turns left. Always turns left. I'm not sure if that's still the case in Hitman 2, because I don't know, sometimes they do see you now, but on Marrakesh I know for 100% of the time he always turns left. So now we need to go and get Klaus Hugo Strandberg. I tried different ways of getting him, but because he has such a long routine, there's only one real area you can actually get him, and it was either pushing him over the ledge or poisoning him with a syringe. And I decided to choose it with a syringe. I brought along a trank as well, because we are going to take out one guard. Let's make it a little bit quicker. We need another key card, so we're going to turn on this little radio here. One thing I don't like is how slow he takes to respond to this. He looks around, like, what was that? And then he takes ages to walk away. But we grab the key card there, so that will allow us to get inside the consulate building. We need a distraction, so we just grab that explosive. We need to hide ourselves behind the pillar when we throw this, because if we didn't, I found that if we didn't hide ourselves behind the pillar, then one of the guards always looks in the direction where it was thrown, which is kind of annoying. So it took a few tries to understand that. I'm going to stay to the left of these stairs, because you know, I got a head turned a few times on those staircases, which was kind of annoying. It's the only part where we really had to wait. I mean, we could have rushed in this room here, really. I didn't really want to take the risk, though. Let's take out the security guard with the trank, and then we're going to use the poison syringe on our target. Like I said, if we pushed him, there's a guard down there. I don't know if you can see him, just very briefly there. He will spot you pushing him, so, and all the alarms go off and stuff like that. I did try and shoot that guard down there with the trank. However, like I said, the alarms go off and it alerts everybody, even down into the parking garage, and it messes everything up. So I didn't really want to do that. So we take out Zaydan there after about 2.5 minutes. And that's when we know we picked up the phone. As you can see, the location, he's still there, confronting the guards at the time. What we've got to do now is just exit the mission. This is the only part about Marrakesh I didn't like here about this run, is that how some of the waiting parts, and the fact that I couldn't think of another way getting out of here. That's the problem with the consulate building, really, is the exits on the other side of the map, and the only other way of getting out of the consulate building for an exit is the consulate car key, and we need to get down there to go and pick up the car key itself. I just kind of wish that the car key was upstairs rather than downstairs, because we could have got out there quite easily then. But we have to go this way, because if we went left, then it wouldn't be very easy getting past them with those guards because of the way they were positioned. But once we've leapt over this wall here, we're pretty much home free from here. I was quite satisfied with it in the end, but it was just I had that one little problem there with the exit, the waiting part, and how long it took to get out of the garage. That just annoyed me a little bit. Another easy way of getting Zaydan is to poison his food. What you could do is just wake up a waiter that's in town with a radio, and then he eventually turns it off, and then he goes over to the food, and then he goes and delivers the food. This all takes around about 7.5 minutes though. It's a long time waiting. That was my original strategy, but I just didn't like it and how slow it was. But overall, I think 4.5 minutes is a good time for Marrakesh for Silent Assassin suit only. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's only when we get to places like Bangkok and Colorado, the only places I really didn't enjoy doing. Especially Colorado. I think Colorado is still a tricky one, even no matter what equipment you use. For Silent Assassin suit only, Colorado is definitely my weakest map. To simply kind of come up with a very easy strategy like I can with the rest of the maps. Bangkok is relatively straightforward. You got one tricky part, which is getting past a group of people. But apart from that, it's relatively straightforward. We're actually going to cheese it with Ken Morgan. We're going to use the old poison trick. Well, it's not a trick, it's just the poison is food, and he dies and he gets poisoned, and that's pretty much it. That's all there is to say about that. I could have shot the chandelier, but it was always a risk of taking out his guard, so I didn't really want to do that. But you have to time that really perfectly. So I decided to just stick with the poison. We don't really need any other equipment anyway. I brought along the electrocution phone to make this work, and we're going to use a bit of panic to get past these people on the roof. First, we're going to take out the camera, obviously, and then it's just about panicking these guys on the roof. If I had some coins, I'd probably throw a coin or something like that, but it's always best to do this, I reckon. It's just so effective. As soon as they start panicking, you can put your pistol away and you can pretty much just run straight across the roof, and them not their enforcer thing just turns off. Their enforcer AI is just turned off. This is obviously it's gotten a lot easier to get past this area as well, because as soon as this guy sits down and we take out this camera here, he stands up and walks away, and I don't think he comes back. I don't know where he goes. It's weird. But now the camera's taken away and there's that guy's walking away wherever he's going. We're just going to wait for that dude in the background to turn around, and as soon as he does, that's your cue to get through that room. And we're going to shut this door behind us and take out this guy. The reason why we're taking out this guy is because he's going to cause you a lot of problems when we get back. And yeah, it's always, I didn't like knocking people out during these runs. Try to minimalise that as much as possible. And if I was going to take anyone out, it's going to be through a trank or something like that. Purely because I don't know. I just didn't like. I didn't want to touch things. I didn't want to interfere with too many things, if you know what I mean. So even if their body was found, it wouldn't have affected your Silent Assassin rating, all that kind of thing, with a trank. But through this area again, we're just going to do the same thing we did in the rooftop and just panic these guys. It's cheesy, but it works, man. It just works. They'll run away. It's really quick. It's really simple. Drop the phone in here. This is where the target's gonna come. So we know he's going through there. So now we've got a free passage getting out. They're the only two people that are panicking. They're obviously rushing off to guards to tell them about it, but by the time everything's all cleared up, Jordan Cross is still upstairs. So he will eventually go back to that booth and he will see the phone, and it will be a free kill for you. But we're going to go back the same way we've gone through, and we've timed it perfectly so we can get through here. The other dude is in the bathroom. He's going for a piss again. You know, he goes for a piss every 1 minute, so that's kind of weird. Yeah, that other guy, he didn't come back, which is, again, strange. I don't know where he went. That's strange. This is a bit that baffled me, because all my practice runs, I did not see this guy on the left. I don't know why he's there. He's usually gone back to his own routine. He's by the guards to the right of me. So he's standing there and he's still in panic mode. It's kind of strange. So he isn't really the problem. It's the other guy who's smoking a cigarette. So we're just going to do the same thing we did earlier on. Just cause panic. Shoot a few bullets. Put our gun away. And there we go. The Enforcer AI turned off. They'll probably patch this in the future though. Maybe. I don't know. This has actually been around for such a long time now. So I don't know if they will. And I'm not going to actually activate the phone right now because Cross hasn't picked the phone up yet. It does take a while for this to happen. I was originally just going to use the faulty microphone. However, it doesn't... I think you need to tamper with the little thing to increase the... You need to... I can't remember now. I think you need to tamper with something to increase the electricity, and then it'll just like this. That's when it starts shocking. But I don't think you can do that on suit only though. So I think this is a more efficient strategy than I've done before. I think this is definitely the fastest Silent Assassin suit only I've done as well. So there's that, and I think it's the easiest. I'm pretty sure it is. But so basically you see Jordan Cross, the question mark above his... Well, you won't see it from this distance, but you'll see him bend down. And that's when you know he's picking up the phone. And it's essentially a free accident kill for you. This is what's so great about the electrocution phone. People will say it's overpowered. Yeah, sure, it is. For a Hitman game, for the way it's designed, yeah, it is overpowered. But there's nothing wrong with that. We need items like this. I'm completely okay with it. I really hope that they do not nerf this. Because if they do, it's really going to be a useless item. So I don't understand why they would do that. I really hope they don't anyway. Because using this sort of thing is fun. It's just opens up more ways of doing missions. Even if it makes some missions easy, then so what? Why is that a problem? We need more items like this. We need more items that are actually more useful than the items that we usually have. Because most of the items that we have unlocked these days are reskins anyway. So it's nice to have an item that is actually useful. But I thought that was a nice easy strategy for Bangkok anyway. Let's go to Colorado now. So we started at the orchard, I think that's what it's called. And we need to lockpick this fence. We need to get inside the house. So we're actually going to take out 2 targets out here, then 2 targets inside. So unfortunately we need to knock out this guard here. And we need to drag his body to the crate around the corner. This time I'm not using the Kruger mine because we need to shoot that rope over there with a hay bale above it. We need to take out Pavati from here, so it's quite a difficult shot really. Take out that camera too. The other guard dropped a gun on the floor, so we're just going to leave that there. So Ezra Berg is going to come out momentarily, so he's an easy target to kill straight away. So we can take him out quite quickly. Pravade again is quite quick. We have taken her out as well. This is one of the missions where unfortunately we have to wait. I will skip it, of course. I'm not going to make you wait 3 minutes, but we do have to wait for Sean Rose and Penelope Graves to come back to the house. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. So now we've got 1 target down. We have to shoot this hay bale, but we need to time it right. Otherwise, it's not going to drop on her head at the right time. See Graves there. She usually has a conversation with Ezra Berg, but obviously Ezra Berg is no longer with us. So we have to take out Pavati from here. So that guard should see that SMG on the floor, so he should take that away. So we're just going to get a little bit closer. She's coming now, so let's go ahead and take this out. Again, it's a pretty difficult shot. There we go, first time, boom. So that's 2 targets down, so let's go and pick up that basement key that I left on the floor. And go ahead and lock the door. There's going to be a guard in here, we're going to take him out too. Let's watch out for this mirror here. I know there's mirror mechanics now, but I'm not sure if this one in particular worked, that's why I stayed to the right. So just may as well just put his body in the crate over here. No reason to leave any bodies lying around. I just wondered, I just thought to myself, actually I'll explain that a little bit later on, because I'll explain it when we get to there. I'm going to grab that syringe out of that bear there, on that shelf. But essentially what we have to do now is, because Graves and Rose is at the house right now, we have to just pretty much wait for them to come back in. We're going to have to tamper this clock first, to get Sean Rose to stand still for us for a while. So we're just going to hide in this crate here, and then we're going to wait a few, 2 or 3 minutes now I think it is. And then we can get to taking out Sean Rose and Penelope Graves. With Penelope Graves, I didn't have to use that electrocution phone, but I really wanted to use it. Just because. But I didn't need to. I could have brought along another syringe and just waited in this crate right here. But I was an impatient boy. But after a couple of minutes, Sean Rose will come in the house. He comes in with a guard as well, so we have to wait for him to walk up the stairs a little bit before we can exit to the crate. There's a guard. There's a hacker guy coming inside from the outside on the top left of the map, if you can see. So we've got limited time here to drag him into the basement here before he comes in the room. But we're actually going to use him to open this door. But what I was going to say earlier, I was wondering if the EMP would open this thing. That would be pretty cool if you could do that. Or the RFID. Would that work? I've never used that item, so I'm assuming that might work. So Penelope Graves is in now. She comes in with I think that's Sean Rose's guard. I think he's walking away. So if we will put the phone right next to the door right here, because this is where she's going to come through. If we put it anywhere else, she always tells the guard to come and pick it up. Or the guard comes over and picks it up anyway. So we're just going to wait for her to pick that up, and then we're going to take her out with the phone. Now we can exit straight away. And I thought that was probably the easiest way of doing Silent Assassin, certainly, that I've done on the channel, at least, I think, anyway. But, yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts on these runs are, compared to the ones I've done before. And it's not that slow either, it's about 7 minutes, but unfortunately we have to wait those times as well. Suit only is always a tricky one on this map. But let's move on to Hokkaido. This is one of my favourite runs. I actually got the idea of the first target kill from Goulet. I've seen a speedrun of it and I really, really liked it. So credit to him for this first one. I'll use the charm and powder for this. And I think it's hilarious how this works. The charm and powder is supposed to just, it's like a stun grenade. But for some reason it takes out the target. So we just threw it straight out the window. And the target dies. And that's you even get a personal goodbye challenge completed as well. The next one we're going to use the electrocution phone. And I was a little bit late, just because of the route I took initially. I was a little bit late for this though. But it doesn't matter. It's still a really fast way of doing Silent Assassin, certainly. It's ridiculous. So we're just going to drop the phone there. She will pick up the phone. And she'll get electrocuted, and that will be a second accident kill. And that will be season 1 taken care of, really. Silent Assassin, certainly. Again, credit to Goulet for the first target kill there. He may not be the founder, but he's the source where I found it. So there we go. It's a stupidly easy Silent Assassin, certainly. Probably the easiest in the game, I think. So let's get a little confirmation of Silent Assassin. There we go, boom. Let's move on to Season 2.
The story so far. Agent 47 and his handler Diana Burnwood are the world's top assassins working for the ICA. When all of their recent missions turn out to be contracts for a shadow client, things take an unexpected turn. All their targets have been operatives in an invisible organization known as Providence. Providence has infiltrated the highest echelons of power and secretly owns our world. The shadow client wages a silent war against them. And so the Constant, Providence's enigmatic controller, seeks Diana out. His request, track down and eliminate the shadow client. In return, he offers something irresistible. The truth of 47's lost origins. Neither know that the man they hunt is 47's childhood friend. And unlike 47, he remembers everything.
at the location. No hostile presence.
Understood. Alma Reynard's house is just up the beach. Our intel indicates that she and her team are laying low, most likely planning the militia's next strike.
Reynard is one of the Shadow Client's top lieutenants, and yet she's not a target.
Not yet, anyway. She's no doubt high on our client's list, but for now, it's information we seek. Infiltrate the house and get us a lead on the Shadow Client. Up for some B&E, 47.
On my way.
Now, I really wanted to include all the cutscenes for this, but unfortunately my editing software on the PS4 doesn't allow for more than 60 minutes, which is a real shame. But if I included all the cutscenes, it would have probably been a 2-hour video. But I really wanted to do that, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's just more about the main missions. They're the showcase at the end of the day. But we're going to use the electrocution phone again. Again, it's a super easy sort of assassin suit only for this one. It's just about getting the phone placement right, really. Throw the electrocution phone down there. It's just basically close to the door. And we're gonna open this up, grab the little dongle, grab the lockpick too, take out the cameras.
For the office computer, no doubt. Nicely done.
Proceed with the mission story and just get on
the
with
last
it.
thing we need.
I'm in.
Hurry. I'm detecting movement up the road. A motorcade, possibly Reynard's.
Uploading the data.
Hold on. Receiving it now. Nothing on the Shadow Client or the other cells. No names, no aliases. I doubt she even knows whom she's working for. Wait, here's something. A message from Robert Knox of Kronstadt Industries. And by the sound of it, he's a Providence operative.
A defector.
Well, well, well. Client won't like this one bit.
And you can't wait to tell him. They're back. Multiple hostiles.
I see them. Damn. Okay, we've got what we're going to get. Go to stage 2, 47. Eliminate Reynard, and preferably without raising suspicion. One step ahead of the Shadow Client for once. Let's keep it that way.
Ugh, I thought this night would never end. What a snob fest. And I even missed out on the action.
I'm sorry you had to endure all that free champagne and cello music, Orson. What can I say? You really took one for the team.
Yeah, well, I say stick to what you know.
I mean, I probably could have skipped that, really. But, essentially, she will see the phone on the floor. And that will take her out as soon as she picks it up. I'm going to use the lockpick on this door. But the main reason I include that cutscene instead of skipping it is because I wanted to use all the cutscenes, but like I said, I couldn't, unfortunately. I could have just edited this on PC, but I couldn't be bothered. that's the short and long of it. But again, how easy was that target kill there? Very, very simple. So it's just a matter of exiting the mission now. I actually quite like Hawke's Bay. I mean, apart from the target, she's got a decent story, this mission. But obviously this level is designed for mainly training and stuff like that, and teach you how to play the game properly. And introducing you to this foliage. To hide in there in that. That's the whole point of it, I think it was. But overall I like it. I remember on a recent live stream as well, they said this was the biggest map in the game in terms of like how large the map is. Like, there's a lot of unused stuff. Like, it's just the beach is gigantic. I'm interested to know if they could actually change this up in the future and add stuff to this map. I mean, I don't see why not. Maybe like a prequel to this mission or something like that, where something was here before that, just one house. Or maybe add a fairground here or something. That would be cool. Mind you, if it's just a whole beach, there would be... Nah, it wouldn't work, would it? I don't know. They could do something. So, that is an easy silent assassin suit only for the first mission in Hawke's Bay and Hitman 2. All of these missions in Hitman 2, I think, are a lot easier with the electrocution front, especially Isle of Scale. The electrocution phone actually makes that mission kind of alright, to be honest. I actually like it a lot more than I used to, so that's a bonus. But yeah, Miami, this was a run. I surprisingly took a long time to get this to work, because I was trying so many different things, when you have one idea in your mind, you really want to make that work any way you want to. So I just tried and tried and tried loads of different ways of doing this, and I'll try and explain when I get there. Usually I would grab that crowbar there as well, and on this occasion I forgot. So we're picking that briefcase up a little bit later on anyway, and we're using the sniper rifle to take out Sierra Knox. But what I was essentially doing, I was trying to distract Robert with the dish up there, and then throw the phone up there to try and get him to get it that way. However, I found this way to work better, so the target is going to be racing around the racetrack at this time, so in the meantime we'll wait for that engineer to move out of the way, and then we're going to place the phone just about here. Robert Knox will always see that phone, so that's gonna be fine. Now we've got to take out Sierra Knox, which is quite simple with the sniper rifle, which is be using the Sega 300 Ghost, so we can slow down time there. But yeah, it's a matter of just getting to an exit right now. But he is gonna. There we go. Is he seen it? There we go. As soon as you see that question mark, you just know. So we're just gonna give it about 10-15 seconds, and then we're gonna trigger it. Put the sniper rifle back into the case. Head to the exit, and that's an easy silent assassin suit only for Miami. Again, fairly simple, straightforward. I could have set it up a different way. I could have actually climbed the pipe, and I could have placed a weapon, got the guard to take that away, and then placed the phone next to the dish, and then it could have got exited that way and waited at the helicopter. That is what I initially did. I did it first time, and I thought, I just don't like the waiting part. Again, I just did not like the waiting part. So I want to just... This is the reason why I was tailoring some of these missions to making sure it flows rather than having any waiting spots. I mean, in Colorado, you can't avoid it really when you're going for Silent Assassin Suit. And again, it's quite a quick time, I thought. So let's move on to Santa Fortuna. We brought along a trank for this one and the Krugermeyer. So we had that stored in a briefcase, and obviously we're using the electrocution phone. We'll use that for Rico. But getting Andrea, I've actually found, if you use a briefcase, you can get her actually quite quickly. Which is quite funny, because I found this by accident. Then I practiced it a few times, and it works every time, so I'm just going to stick with this. I was originally throwing a coin out here, and then knocking out their assistant. But if you throw the briefcase, she comes out instead of telling everyone else to go and search for it. I thought they patched that out, but obviously not. So we're going to take her out there. We could have just knocked her around, threw her off the ledge for an accident kill, just in case her body's found in the water, but hey ho, that's what I did. You can also take out the cameras from here as well. Obviously only if you're using the Krugermeyer, because the assistant will probably hear the shot and any other weapon. But with the camera taken out and Andrea taken out, we're going to move on to our next target. It's going to be Rico Delgado. We're going to set that up, and George Franco, or was it Jorge Franco? Either way, Franco, I don't like him as a target. I think if he wasn't a part of this target, this map would be a lot better. I'm not a fan of having more than 2 targets per map, but I hope they do less of that in the future. More of the 1 or 2 targets, less of the 3 or 4 targets. I do not want another Colorado. This is another one of those maps that it looks really good. It feels really good. It's just the fact that all targets are on different sides of the map, and it takes a long time to get to each side. And it kind of, I just don't like that about this map in particular. I'm not saying it's a bad map at all. It's just the fact that you got to run for 3 different sections, and all of them require different challenges and that. It reminds me a lot like Marrakesh, to be honest. But these other targets are relatively simple to get through as well. Just a matter of actually getting over there. We're actually going to take out Rico with the electrocution phone by setting it up. So the hippo specialist we'll go off and tell Rico about the hippo coming out of his out of the water, and then Rico should see the phone on the floor, and that's how we set up for him. With Franco, we just gotta wait for him in the shed, and then we're gonna take him out in the shed and leave him in there. Again, it's quite a straightforward run. This guy will always come over here, so we're just gonna knock him out and throw him over this ledge here, hold him in these bushes. Just gonna drag him a little bit further in as well, just in case his feet are sticking out or something. This is the point where I kind of wish I brought the meaty bone, or I grabbed one on the way here, because this is another waiting part. This is another thing that frustrated me a little bit, because this waiting part right here, he dawdles here for a moment, and then he moves over to the right, but we need to get that meaty bone from the shelf over there at the back. See it in Instinct? That's where we need to go. I don't even know why I'm carrying my briefcase. I don't even need to bring this briefcase anymore. But we just throw this meaty bone in the water. The hippo will come out then, and that's going to get the hippo specialist to go nuts and go and tell Rico. So we're going to do a little bit of stalking as well. We need to slowly follow this guy, because we need to get out of the mansion area after we've set this up. That's it. Go away. Go away, dude. Go away. Go away. Nobody likes you. There we go. Just going to drop the phone here. I probably could have dropped it further up here, actually, to be honest. Didn't really try it. I just didn't really feel like doing this mission again and again. It's kind of a drag. But yeah, these guards, they're always turned around over here as well. So we're quite safe to just stalk this guy until we can get past. So Franco should be heading towards the shed momentarily, so that's where we need to go as quick as we can. The earlier we get there, the better. Because we need to take out the dude inside the shed as well. Because otherwise he's going to see the body, of course. So, with this guy looking off into the distance, we've got a few moments of spare time to get past before he puts the binoculars down and starts walking back over here. So we got here about 3 or 4 seconds ahead, which is nice. He's heading to the shed now, so we haven't got a lot of time here. So let's turn on this air conditioning unit, turn it back off. There we go. He's going to come out and investigate the noise. We just need to get him out of the area. Franco is coming over here momentarily. So we need to get a wriggle on here. Hit him with a briefcase, dude. Boom. Hide him in the old crate. Now we're just going to wait for Franco now to come into the short shed. We need to time this right as well, because any other position I found that his body gets found. So we need to wait for him to stand still next to the door, and that's going to be our cue to shoot him in the head. Rico is still making his way over to the hippo right now. So we're just waiting for Franco to turn around. There we go. I don't know why he stands there, but he just stands there for a second. It's like he's asking you. It's like he's asking you to shoot him. So he's gonna see the phone momentarily. So we're gonna actually wait up this helicopter over here. We didn't have to do this, but again, I wanted to just exit straight away. A bit upset that I lost my briefcase as well. I didn't pick that up. Yeah, we're just waiting for him to bend down. There we go. There's our cue to call the phone for a free electrocution kill. I also forgot that you can't exit this side of the helicopter, it's the other side.
All targets neutralized. This should paralyze the cartel.
And that's it. This is a fairly simple, straightforward silent assassin suit only for Santa Fortuna in Colombia. So what's the next one? I think is it Mumbai. That's a really straightforward one. It's one of the easiest in Hitman 2, I think. We don't even use the electrocution phone for that one. Wow. So if we start at the boat area here, we're smuggling in a sniper rifle because that's probably the best thing to use, because we're going to use it for a double accident kill a little bit later on. And I'm pretty sure I've done this on the channel before, this strategy. The only difference I would have probably brought a Kukurmai instead of the silver baller, but it doesn't matter either way. We smuggled along some poison as well. We're going to poison this left glass of wine, because that's where the Maelstrom is going to drink from a little bit later on. We just need to lure him over here now, so all we got to do is just take out the flag. And that's it. I was a little bit worried in this area, because when I shot this, the guard instantly turns around. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to use this pistol, really. But he even turned his neck there. Well, he didn't turn his neck, he turned his head. But we needed that brick as well to be up there. But the Krugermar would have worked better in that situation, so I was kind of worried about that, but it worked out quite well. So all we have to do now, retrieve a briefcase and lure Vanya Shah and Dawood Rangan to the meeting point. And to do that, we need to just dump this brick inside this cauldron.
Well, that caused a pillar of purple smoke to rise above the slums. Let's see what happens next, 47. 47?
So I'm going to skip forward of these as well, because this is another waiting part, which I didn't like. But because it's such an easy strategy,
Someone's coming up the
I
stairs.
just went with it anyway.
Leading to the secured area. It looks like a man. See if you can get close to him.
I don't see how you could mess this up, to be honest, this sort of strategy, because it's just so easy. So after about a minute and a half or 2 minutes or so, that's one of the targets down, which is the Maelstrom, which we poisoned earlier.
That was the Maelstrom. Well done. No rest for the
And
wicked,
then,
however.
moving forward,
On to the next one.
once both targets are underneath that boat, we're going to go and shoot that. How did that miss? But that's it. I'm going to leave the sniper rifle there. You can put it back in your briefcase if you want, but I just left it there. Didn't really care. Took the boat exit, and that's another easy silent assassin suit only for Mumbai. Pretty easy. Whitstone Creek is another one I actually quite like. I've come up with a strategy for. Again, obviously I used the electrocution phone, of course, but it's a very, very good item to use. This is basically just a video showing off how overpowered the fucking thing is. Really. But Whitstone Creek, this is I like this map. Again, it's a small map. I think IO Interactive should definitely be making small maps like this. One thing that lets this map down a little bit is the clues. I think if you completed it once, I think finding the clues should be an option when in future replays. I think overall it would make the replayability of this map a lot better. Well, that's just my opinion, but I'm pretty sure a lot of other people would think the same thing as well. Maybe we'll do something like that in the future. Because they've done it with Colorado too as well, where you can now take any exit now if you've completed it more than once. Which I like that. I like that change. It opens more options up to you. And they should do the same thing with Whitstone Creek. When it comes to these objectives, this should be optional. Again, same thing with Isle of Scale. When you have to confront the damn, I forgot his name. Confront the dude. When you confront him, that's an optional objective. You don't have to do that.
The note indicates that the box was given to Janus by
But for this electrocution phone here, we've already gotten 2 clues there, so hopefully you've been paying attention there.
This could mean the constant.
But Cassidy's going to come out the house, but we're not putting the phone down yet because this woman here, she will see it. So let's just put it there. And that will essentially take care of itself a little bit later on. So now we can move on to Janus. And I just recently discovered how easy it is to actually get into this house. There's 3 guards outside, but it's actually quite easy to get into this house. Once you get nearby, this is basically what happens. That guard by the shed, he turns around. The guard in the middle, he walks to the right. And it gives us an opportunity to run straight through the front door. Unchallenged. The only problem we have is the guard in the kitchen. But at this point in time, we've got his personal bodyguard. Him right there. Maybe we should have used the trank on this dude here. We don't have enough. We don't have a lot of time to take out this guard in the kitchen. I think maybe we should have took him out first. So if I was going to do things differently, that's probably what I've done. Why was he still moving? What was all that about? But yeah, we're taking out Janus now. We're gonna grab this picture for the final clue. We're gonna take out the cameras as well. May as well take out this dude. We've already knocked out a few people already. Manually destroy the evidence.
Perhaps he's still attending these gatherings, 47.
And we can activate the phone. He should have picked it up by now. Let's exit through the back. The cameras are taking her out, so.
And that is Nolan Cassidy taken care of.
There we go. We can head to one of the exits. There's a lot of locked exits in this map as well. If you had a crowbar, I think you can exit under the ground. There's a few gimmicky exits. Getting this key over here. Maybe I should have just done that. I should have took out the builder over there. A construction worker, I think. I think he has the key to that gate over there. That's probably the exit I should have took, actually. Thinking about it, I think it would have saved a little bit of time. But this is the exit I usually go whenever I do these maps anyway. Just head straight to the bus stop. I don't know. It's kind of a habit, really. The thing is with me, when I find a solution to something, I don't tend to change it. I just stick to it. I stick to what works. That's my philosophy. Stick to what works. Why change a winning formula? Eh? But again, that's a very easy silent assassin suit only for Whittleton Creek. So there we go. So finally, in the main missions in Hitman 2, we have Art of Scale. And I can't tell you, this only took a few practice tries to actually get this solid. I worked it out, did it, and it worked. Practiced it, it worked again. Practiced it, and it worked again. So I thought, okay, this is good to go. I'm going to do it and record it now. So this is what happens. Essentially, this is quite a simple strategy. We're obviously recovering the bank as well after. This has all started off from the bank. I actually recorded an efficient run for that. And I thought, you know, screw it, I'll do it for the whole thing. And did a whole special video for it. So hopefully you've enjoyed it up to this point. Take out the evidence there. Not a lot of people know that that evidence box is there, are there? The evidence. We smuggled in the electrocution phone because we needed an extra slot. What did we bring? I think it was the lockpick. Yeah, it was the lockpick. Just gonna sneak past these guards right here. These two are assholes. We're gonna grab that coin there. Throw it next to the crate, just in that corner. If you don't throw it in that corner, the woman doesn't go over to investigate. She gets the dude to go over and investigate instead. I don't know why. Because that really frustrated me to a point where I was just gonna knock them both out because it was bugging me so much. So to get Zoe Washington, you're gonna need to be over here. And she's going to come over this area momentarily. We're just going to press ourselves against this wall and put the gun on the floor right there. The reason for that is Zoe Washington is going to tell her guard that she's seen a gun on the floor. The guard is going to take that away. In the meantime, in this little nook area, I think is that the right word? This little area here, we're going to throw a distraction in this area with a coin, and then simply take her out any way you want to. Put her in this little freezer here. Job's a good one. We can move on to Sophia, which is also another easy target to get. There you go. She's seen the gun. Go find out what that was. So yeah, we're just going to hide behind here first before we do this. As soon as he bends down, we can throw the distraction over here. I don't like Zoe Washington as a target because she's so difficult to isolate. Now, apart from this, there's very limiting ways of actually getting her. I mean, you can drop the cages on her head. That's one accident kill. And apart from this, I don't see another way of isolating her because she's always around a public area, and she's a very, very tricky target. Overall, the Isle of Scale is a great map. It's just that the challenges related to them and the target's placements is what lets it down, in my opinion. Alright, we're going to pass through here now. Slightly got spotted there. Slightly. She got suspicious and she's coming over, but we're going to make our way out here, climb the old ladders. And we need to be pretty quick because we want to time this right, because Zoe Washington is going to be heading upstairs and we need to catch her before she gets up the top of the stairs, because that's where we're going to place the phone. So you'll see a pantry to your right when you go up there. When you go on that bridge up the top, there will be, and you go through the door, there will be a pantry to your right, and the party is in front of you behind the curtain. She'll be coming up the stairs to the left, and we're going to plant the phone there. So she is heading up there now, so we need to be pretty quick getting up there. But you have more time than you think. I really like these camera angles that are zoomed out as well. The lighting is just so good. Whoops, camera there. So yeah, we just place the phone about here. There she is. So now we can just head straight to the exit, and it's just that easy. We don't really need to interact with anybody, and it's as simple as that. Didn't even have to KO anybody. There we go. Confirmation she's picking up the phone. Question mark above her head. I didn't have to rush past that guard there. I'm surprised he didn't see me actually either. We could have been a little bit more patient there. It didn't really matter at the end of the day because he didn't see me, but it's quite nice because we can now head straight to the exit here. And there we go. That's both targets taken care of. Very easy and a quite quick silent assassin suit, only may I add. So all we'll have left after this is the bank. The new mission, my new favourite. So can we get a silent assassin's confirmation here? There we go. Let's move on to the bank, the new mission. So for this one, I think is one of the easiest silent assassin suit owners in the game as well. We have one target and we have to retrieve the vault data core. We used the lockpick to get through there. For some reason it let us use the lockpick when we stored it in our briefcase, but now any other subsequent picking, you have to take it out of your briefcase. We also use the electronic key hacker, but we only used it for that one door, so which I really was disappointed about, the fact that I had to bring a whole item just for that one door. But it's relatively simple to get into the vault, so we just need to lockpick this little cabinet, grab the chloroform out of it, and then poison the air conditioning unit. I was reading that people were disappointed that there was only one way into the vault, and I thought to myself, well, it's a vault. How many ways do you want to get into it? I really don't understand that argument. I mean, it's the end of the day, it's a bank. I know that other people are saying it's easy to get into the vault. Yes, it is easy, but you gotta understand this is a Hitman game. You have to give the player options, and that's exactly what they've done. But you have to respect the rules of our vault as well. There's one way into a vault, but you can't have multiple ways in. Otherwise, people get into these things in real life. So hopefully, people will understand that argument as well. But we gassed everybody in the room. The cameras are taken care of, and just need to open the vault, get in there, and it's just as easy as that, really. Very simple. But I just love the sound of that vault door opening and stuff like that, and just love the mechanics of it. It's great. eject the data core. We're just going to stick that in the briefcase because we can smuggle that around the map and we can walk out the front door with this thing.
Careful not to lose it. If anyone sees you with that rack,
It would be a very interesting challenge to actually do this without using a briefcase. That would be quite interesting. So we're just going to get through these little safety deposit box rooms in here. We're going to need to grab the, what was it called, Klondike files? I think that's what they're called. And we're going to give that to the woman with the red hair. We're going to retrieve the electrocution foam from the one that we were smuggled in. So that's the smuggled in the item deposit box.
Sorry, not on my watch.
And we're going to give it to the lady, the Klondike files. I hope that's what they're called, because I'm gonna sound silly if I get this wrong. Klondike files, yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
It's got to be a wig, surely.
Yes. Just
Cronkite.
make sure the information
Cronkite files. There we go. I think that's, is that it? Yeah, I think I read it correctly. My screen squashed, so I don't really fully know. So we're going to leave the briefcase here for now. We need to get frisked here. So we're actually going to get
my
frisked.
guess is this will cause a major market upset, which is sure to bring the director out from her fortified office.
Green light. Go ahead, sir.
And I don't think you even noticed, but I dropped the gun I had previously earlier. So I think I did, if I remember correctly. Because I did have it at the start, but I think I dropped it straight away in that first corridor. So if you're wondering how I got past that frisk zone with a weapon, that's how I did it. I dropped it straight away. So we're going to drop the gun, the weapon. We're going to drop the electrocution phone there, and Athena Savalas is going to come down. We have to wait a while, unfortunately, for this, but I am going to obviously skip ahead for that. And it's pretty much as easy as that. We can pretty much walk out of the exit. Woman there conveniently brought the briefcase to the guard. I expected to go to the office to the right and retrieve our gun on the way out as well, but I can just go ahead and grab it like that and just walk straight to the exit. So Athena's getting upset that the stock market has crashed. She's going to go downstairs and have a bit of a conversation with the rest of the team downstairs, and then she's going to go and make a phone call in the area where we stopped. So this is going to take a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, we can go ahead and read this magazine right here. So yeah, after about a minute or two, she will pick up the phone. We can now call it, and we can walk out the front door with the Vault data core. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Silent Assassin Suit Only, the entire Season 1 and Hitman 2 completed so far. Obviously, we've got the resort coming out later on this year, but, you know, we'll get to that. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I really do. This took quite a while to put together. Like I said, I really wanted to include all the cutscenes included in it, to include the entire story of it. But unfortunately, I couldn't push past 1 hour, sadly. But hopefully, I've kept you entertained for about an hour anyway. I'm sorry for my voice as well. I'm losing my voice a little bit. So, I apologise for the poor commentary if you think that. But that is essentially going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this long one. I've never done anything like this on the channel before, so it's a pretty special one in my opinion. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you are new to the channel, drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And consider supporting me on Patreon. I couldn't do videos like this without you guys. Click the join button below if you want to join the membership as well. Again, that supports me a lot. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support recently. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.